Hi everyone, it's Maddie, and I have a custom journal here that I made for Jackie. She wanted a Paris/French themed journal utilizing a lot of blush pink colors with some pastels, but mostly pink. I have to say that this is probably the most pink I've ever used in a journal, but I really love how it came out. It's a hardcover book with over 100 pages inside. I used some vintage wallpaper for the front and back covers with this old fabric that came with this beautiful fringe. It's like this gold cream colored fringe that I used throughout the entire book. This piece here is actually a pocket, so she could put something in there if she'd like. And this is actually embossed stationery that I bought from a thrift store for like 50 cents. Let me see if I can get that. Here it is. It's this really pretty stationery. It's all embossed. It's just gorgeous. It's from Carol's Rose Garden. So it says $2, but she only charged me 50 cents. So I thought that was a steal. And here I have some charms for her. It's a really pretty butterfly charm. These I found at a thrift store, these vintage buttons. So I just included that in as a charm. It's a charm that I made using some of the beads that I had. And this little piece, it's like a little flower here, and I varnished it with some yellow and blue alcohol inks. And there's another charm somewhere here, but we'll find it when we get to the page. So I had this pretty ribbon for over a year, and I didn't really know what to use it for until I got this order. And I was like, oh, I could use it for the closure for this book. It'd be perfect, and just love how it came out. So let me open this up. And here on the inside cover, I used some embossed gold gift wrap that I bought at Home Goods, like a furniture store. Here's a tag that I made. Did a little collaging. This comes from an Etsy shop called, I believe it's Screech Owl Studios. Yeah, so I love this image here. I used some muslin with this beautiful fringe here. I put some blue rhinestones. This is like a blue purple lace trim, some doily, and some leftover thread from my sewing machine. I always save the thread scraps and use them in something like this for layering. So I made that little pocket there for her. And some more muslin trim here that I use for the pocket. Just love how that looks. Can't remember where I got this image from, but I will list everything down below. So if you guys would like to purchase these, you should, because they're beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite parts in the book. So this is a stationery set that I purchased from one of the thrift stores in Monrovia. And it's called, let me see, Punch Studio. I've never heard of this brand before, but it's just beautiful. And there you go, the Eiffel Tower. So it's French themed, so I decided to use it for her book. And so I made like a little trifold here. I put her name there. It's a little trifold. It's magnetized, so it doesn't like open on its own. So it's a little magnet there holding it together. It's a little postcard. I believe this is also from the Screech Owl Studio. So I used several different paper packs. I used the Screech Owl Studio. I used TLC Vintage, Creates Vintage, forgive me, Nostalgia Graphic Land, and there's another one, the French Heart. So I used several paper packs for this journal. So this opens out. This is from Nostalgia Graphic Land. It's like a little postcard, journaling card. Really love it. I just love these little journaling cards. This opens up, and then she has some spots to journal in. So it's all held together by magnets. I did some stamping throughout. This fabric is fabric. It's I actually thought it was tissue paper. I got this from Daiso, and they have it in brown and blue. And this is the brown one. And I thought it was just regular tissue paper until I opened up the package and I felt it. I'm like, oh my gosh, interesting. So I looked at the label and it was non-woven fabric. So I decided to use these as the opening and ends for all of the signatures here. So throughout each signature, you'll see these. Okay. This is from Screech Owl Studios. I just love this. I did a little fabric collage here, this little bow. Here is the butterfly charm here. Here is a journaling card. Also from Screech Owl Studios. This is from TLC Creates Vintage. It's a map here. I just love it. This map with this place in France. I'm not quite certain where this is in France, but it's just beautiful. I love the colors. And here is some ephemera. If I can get this to open. There we go. Don't know where I got this from, if it's from the French Hearts or if it's from Shabby Dabby Doodah, but it's from one of them. Did some distressing. Just love how it looks. All of the pages here are coffee dye with hints of vanilla, so it smells quite lovely. I use different things to help me dye these. I think this was like a doily or some type of lace. I can't remember. Let's see. So this is from the Old Design Shop. I use it as a page here. Some stamping that I did. From Screech Owl Studios. And I have some fabric here to the tag. Just love how this came out. Some stamping. Did some stitching around here. So bookmark. Some more stamping. I believe this is from the French Heart. Forgive me if I'm wrong. It's either from Shabby Dabby Doodah or the French Heart. Oh, I must have forgotten to put a clip here. So this is from Nostalgia Graphic Land, and this is from the Old Design Shop, and it's a check. Just love how that came out. It's so beautiful. And I played around with some of the colors on Photoshop to help get this type of look. So I will clip that somewhere later on. It's so pretty. Just love a lot of these images that I got from Etsy. And some fabric lace here that you can use to put something in if you'd like. This is from the Old Design Shop. I use it as a page. It's a journaling card here. This is from TLC Creates Vintage. It's a beautiful map. Just love it. I know this is for sure from Screech Owl Studios. The other page, I'm not quite certain. And that's the end of that signature. Did some more stamping. This stamp here is from Tim Holtz. There's some French wording on here as well, so that's why I used it. Plus, I have my butterfly charm there. So the next signature, this beautiful image from Screech Owl Studios. I stitched on some lace here. This little lace fringe here, so pretty. Here is another receipt from, it's a journaling paper right there. It's a check from the Old Design Shop, and just look at that, just gorgeous. I love how this, I just love it so much. It's probably one of my favorite things in the journal are these checks, these old checks, and each signature has at least one check in, one check clipped to a page. There we go. This is a belly band that I made. Don't remember if, I think I got this from the French Heart. I sold this onto some muslin. I thought that was very pretty. Put that here. Okay. It's another little charm that I made right there. There we go. Okay. It's a little fold out right there. It's another bookmark, the journaling card. And there's a pocket that I made. I think I used, it's either the French Heart or the Shabby Dabby Doodah. Please forgive me for not knowing where I got this image from. But I did use both of their packs. And so this little rosette comes from Daiso. I used some eyelash trim. And I collaged it with some lace trim. And this, believe it or not, this little tissue piece here, if I can get that to focus, is a dryer sheet. I do use some dryer sheets to help with some layering. And then it's a border trim. Okay. This is a little fabric collage that I did with some paper. It's really pretty. I like it. This is from the, I want to say this is from the Old Design Shop, but I might have printed this from the public domain. I am not certain. And here's some of that stationery that I use here. This is a stamp. I don't know if that's a Tim Holtz. I think that might be a Tim Holtz stamp. I don't know, but it goes with the Paris French theme, so I decided to use it. And this image here, for the life of me, I cannot remember where I got this from. I did purchase this from Etsy. I've had this for over a year, so I would have to go back through my orders to see where I got this from. I love how this person collaged everything, and the way she uses her Photoshop is just really pretty. So I stitch all around the images. Yeah, so I thought that looked really pretty. This piece here is from the Old Design Shop. It's a letter. Thought that was really gorgeous. I played around with some coloring on my Photoshop, and I decided to go with this color of ink where it fades in. And hold on, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So when you use fountain pens, I don't know if you guys you know anything about fountain pens. Sometimes, depending on the ink that you use, you will have some darker spots and some lighter spots. I think there's a word for this. I can't remember what it's called, but shading. That's what I'm looking for, shading. So I loved how this looked like it was just recently written. So you could see you could see the shading from the fountain pen. It's so pretty. I like it a lot. Shading. It's what it's called. It's called shading. So I'll clip that later. Let me focus. A little tag with some ribbon there. Some stamping that I did. Some more stamping. That was the end of that beautiful page that I was telling you about. Some journaling cards here, some stamping there. So beautiful. And here is some of the fabric from the spine of the book that I use. Just love this fringe, so pretty. Really, really pretty. Something to play with. When you're stressed, you could just feel this, make you feel better. So here's the end of that signature there. So some more digital stamping, more of this beautiful non-woven fabric. This page, I think this is from the TLC Creates Vintage. It's just beautiful. Here's a little fold out. I have a lot of these scraps left over, so I decided to use it for some interest. I believe I printed this off the public domain, so it's like a little postcard. Love how it looks. And she could write on the back of that she likes. Some washi tape trim that I use. This is a tag that I made, did a little collage. I used some of the vintage wallpaper, some lace trim, and then some of that fringe from the spine of the book. I just thought that was so pretty. some of this blue lace to go with the blue pocket that I made. Some extra journaling cards for her to write on from Nostalgia Graphic Land. This I printed from the public domain. It's like a old newspaper, French newspaper. This is from Napa Valley Soap Company. They wrap all of their delicious soaps in this type of fabric that has like real petals on the inside of this fabric. I don't know how they make this. It's just so beautiful, and I can never throw these away, so I always save them, and it smells divine. I'm telling you, I wish you guys can smell what I'm smelling right now. This book smells so good. You can smell the coffee, you can smell the vanilla from the pages, and then you smell this beautiful thing. Anyways, there's 2 of these in here. This is the first one, I think. This little paper ruffle I sewed onto there. It's a journaling card here from Cardstock. Some more of that coffee lace here that I use. It's a little, I think this is from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I sewed this onto muslin. Put this in this little tuck spot, and that comes from here. See? I think from this piece. Yeah, I used that piece right there. Because these are really sturdy. You could feel that. Like, you could feel like each little rosebud right there. You know, you can feel it. So, just the embossing on that is just awesome. So, yeah. So, I used that. There's a little tuck spot there. I did another journaling card with some lace trim here. It's another from the Old Design Shop checks. Love the stuff that she scans. I don't know where she finds all of these. They're just beautiful, and I just love them so much. And so, yeah. And then, of course, I played around with the ink on these, so, yeah. Let's put that back there. Okay. Did some lace here. So pretty. That other piece of the French newspaper that I use as a book page. It's a journaling card and tag here with some ribbons. From TLC's Creates Vintage. I just love the way she does this on her Photoshop. So pretty. Just love it. This is from Screech Owls. I believe this is from Screech Owl Studio. Some more coffee dyed paper for her to write on. She has loads of these. And that's the end of that signature, and some stamping. I use one of my favorite inks besides Vintage Studio is the Field Paint ink. I love this ink, especially for when you're making botanical journals. It's the end of that signature. It's a journaling card and a tag that I made. So here are some journaling pages for her. And a journaling card here that I made. So pretty, I just love this. Another TLC Creates Vintage with the Eiffel Tower. Here is some more of that fabric trim that I use. I just love this fringe. I almost don't want to give her this book. I want to keep it for myself, but it's so pink. But I just love it so much. So ephemera here that I think is from Shabby Dabby Doodah, and I put that, I sewed it onto the page here. Here's a bookmark for her. Some stamping that I did with copper metallic ink. This is from the Old Design Shop. It's a receipt. It's like a ledger receipt. I use as a book page. Some paper fabric collage that I made. Some stamping. I'm so in love with this book. Look at this petal. It's so pretty, and I just love touching this. It's just like I can touch this and then snip my fingers. It smells so good. Oh, that's the other end piece of the ledger from the Old Design shop. And here's a little, oh, it's a bookmark here and a journaling card. And I made a little pocket from Nostalgic Graphicland. Is it Nostalgic Graphicland? I'm not certain. Here's a press flower. I forget what these are called. I have loads of these. Need to use them up. I believe I printed this off of the public domain and sewed this onto some paper that you can journal on. I thought that was very pretty. Put this back in there. Hold on 1 second. Let me clean that off a bit. There's a problem with the pressed flowers, especially the little dainty ones like that. It's not baby's breath. It's some, I forget the name of this one, but it can get all over the place. Little fabric collage that I made with my charm. And here is another check from the Old Design shop. I am in love with all of her ephemera. Look at this. Look how gorgeous that is. It is pretty. So pretty. Just love it. It's a journaling card for her. And then the next page is from TLC Creates Vintage. Don't quite know what this is in France. But it's beautiful. I just love how she makes this. And here is a little pocket with some tags. Oh, this one. Oh yeah, it's the ephemera. I think from Shabby Dabby Doodah. Or the French Heart. Please forgive me for confusing those two. Some of their themes were a little bit similar, so yeah. Yeah, I can't place it. So, but I'll list all of the packs as all of the packs or the shops that I use down below in the description. And here's the end where I created another tag. Did a little this. It looks peach on the camera, but it's not. It's actually pink. It's like a blush pink type color. So it's like a little tissue paper ribbon that I stitched onto here. I used this really pretty eyelash trim that I folded over and over to create this like little effect here, and then some ribbons and this little charm that I got from a thrift store. Really pretty, and that's washi tape. Yeah, so I hope she likes it as much as I love it, and I will soon put out another one. Thank you for watching. Bye.